Maka saya istiadat convocation bersidang semula.
Okey, kalau ikutkan perasaan ni saya memang rasa sangat bangga. Bukan kata masa saya naik pentas tadi bila kita berkumpul bersama-sama tu dan mulakan langkah dengan langkah kanan untuk saya naik ke pentas tu, perasaannya ya Allah, memang hanya orang yang mengalaminya sahaja yang tahu betapa kita rasa bangga dan rasa kita punya pengorbanan selama ni berbaloi dan terbalas.
I feel very honoured, of course, to receive the scroll from the first university of Malaysia, one of the, in fact, the oldest university of Malaysia. And then also, I feel that this is also a good model and also a good example that I can bring towards my nephew and my niece. And I hope that this also is a gift to give them as well, and also all my parents, and also my family members, and also of course my late grandma, that I want to give this present to her as well.
From what I feel is very proud and very grateful for this opportunity where we are able to graduate at University Malaya. And I'm also very thankful for all the lecturers that have taught us during the diploma, and that they are able to let us to learn new things, and at the end of the day to graduate at this day. So I'm super grateful and proud of today. So before this, I actually have an interest in studying business management, and I've actually surveyed to a lot of university before. And one thing I find it special in UMCCed is that their course structure are very relatable to the current business world. Like for example, project management, business strategy, and like corporate communication. All these subjects is very practical, and that you are able to apply it in real life.
Okay, why do I choose UM is because I have known this you quite a long time actually. I have been influenced by my secondary school teacher, and then she is my class teacher in fact, and then she continued her bachelor in education, and then she teach me English, and I feel that it's very inspirational, and I found that this U is really a good platform for all the students to engage with their lecturers, and also to engage with the social life, and also the companies, the future development plans. And I found that it's a big platform, and it's very extensive, and it can be collaboratable for a lot of students as well. Therefore, I find that it's a good platform for students to study here, and also to chase their dreams.
Jadi apa yang saya tak boleh lupakan, saya duduk di rumah secara online. Jadi keluarga pun saya perlu berikan perhatian juga. Di situ terdapat kekangan. Namun saya bersyukurlah kerana keluarga saya memberikan sokongan dan sentiasa memberikan yang terbaiklah kepada saya. Sampaikan saya belajar, sepinggan nasi dihantarkan kepada saya supaya saya tak keluar daripada saya belajar. Saya sentiasa membaca dan menghafal apa yang saya belajar. Jadi dari situ saya tak boleh lupa momen tu bila naik ke pentas tadi. Saya teringat balik susahnya saya nak mendapatkan apa yang saya dapat pada hari ini di sini dan di saat ini. Cukup susah, cukup sukar, Cik.
So there is one assignment, it's called corporate communication, where we are asked to do a video on video advertisement for any company. So the company we chose is AirAsia, and because we need to do an advertisement for the company, so there are a lot of opinions from my group mates, and we had a lot of argument through the discussion process because everyone thinks that their idea is better. But through the assistance of the lecturer, we are able to solve the conflict very productively, and at the end of the day, we can reach a consensus to come up with an idea to produce an advertisement for AirAsia. So after that, we managed to book an Airbnb and stay there to shoot for like 2 days with just our phone camera. And up until today, I'm really proud of that product because we have also sent to Tony Fernandez, the CEO of AirAsia, and he actually seen the video, so it's kind of like an achievement for us.
Oh, of course, there are a lot of memories. For example, the most common ones would be like sleepless nights, where you need to study hard. And then also, I find that the most memorable one is like, because of times of COVID, right? So we cannot really see our friends. So sometimes we need to take the extent that we need to like maybe come to campus when it's open, and then to rush our assignment because it's like the deadline are near. And I remember that a few nights we like until 1 or 2 o'clock, we need to settle the video, because COVID, right? So a lot of presentation from live become recorded sessions. So we need to take a few takes, and that would be like the most memorable one.
Wave Deep Music.
Okay, for me, I would personally recommend UMCCed because, as I mentioned earlier, it not only broaden your knowledge is on the subject matter itself, but it also changed the way of you thinking towards a certain subject. And aside from that, you can also compare the course structure of UMCCed and other university, and you'll be able to find that most of the syllabus are actually up to date and is relevant to the current business industry. So if you are looking for a course which provides you latest knowledge and a structured process for you to gain knowledge, then I would personally recommend UMCCed.
Okey, seperti saya katakan tadi, kalau nak sambung belajar, datanglah ke Universiti Melayu ini kerana di sinilah segalanya ada dan kita akan dapat ilmu kita di sini. Jadi saya menyeru kepada siapa-siapa yang pelajar-pelajar yang berminat, maka datanglah ke Universiti Melayu ini.
Maybe saya rasa saya darah O kot.
Darah saya adalah O.
A minus. A negatif, A minus lah, A negatif.
Saya pernah rasa nak derma darah, cuma tak ada keberanian lagi, and saya pun tak dapat permission daripada parents untuk derma darah. So that's why saya tak pernah lagi derma darah.
Setakat ni, sejak umur saya dah 21, saya tak pernah lagi derma darah. Sebab first, saya takut agaknya.
Tu first time I derma darah, macam nervous sikit lah. Macam orang cakap jarum dia sakit kan, macam besar apa semua. Sebab kita bila tengok darah tu macam laju je masuk kan dalam bekas tu. Tapi bila dah try tu sebenarnya tak rasa apa pun sebenarnya. Masa darah tu keluar tu macam biasa je.
Okay, untuk orang lain tu maybe kalau macam ibu yang bersalin, diorang kekurangan darah, mungkin diorang akan gunakan darah yang kita donate tu. Itu untuk orang lain lah. Untuk diri sendiri, saya rasa mungkin melancarkan peredaran darah. I'm not sure about ni. Saya tak sure.
So apa yang saya tahu, kita punya darah ni dia akan mati dalam masa 40 hari kalau tak digunakan. So bila kita derma darah, dia bukan saja dapat membantu darah tu bagi manfaat pada kita, tapi bagi manfaat kepada 4 orang yang lain. Sebab satu beg darah tu mampu menyelamatkan nyawa 4 orang. Macam mana aku nak jawab Okey, untuk yang Japanese culture mengenai blood type tu, itu sebenarnya first time I dengar masa dekat Facebook lah. Macam dia ada game gitu. Lepas tu bila I try, and then I tengok dia benda tu sama macam I. Ada a few, boleh katakan 85% daripada ciri-ciri tu ada dekat I lah. So similarity dia tu tinggi. So it's be interesting lah. Maybe dia orang dah buat kajian lama dah kot mengenai blood type ni. So it's interesting.
morning. Welcome everyone to our webinar. What does your blood type say about you? What does your blood say about you? I hope everyone is having a lovely morning and is feeling fresh, had your breakfast, and ready to learn about our topics today. Among the interesting things that we'll be discussing are the things related to blood, more specifically, our blood type and donating blood. If you're not aware, it was the World Blood Donors Day this month on the 14th of June. And in the spirit of donating blood, we have two special guests with us today. Just as a reminder, we provide a certificate of attendance for this webinar. So stay tuned until the end of the webinar and we'll give a link for the certificate. Okay, so let me introduce a bit about our speakers. First, we have Dr. Gowri from University Malaya Medical Centre's Department of Medical Transfusion. And she'll be explaining about the difference in blood types, the process of donating blood, both during and what happens to the blood after. And for those who are maybe nervous or scared to donate blood, she'll have just the tips for you. How are you today, Dr. Gowri?
I'm good.
Mhm. Have you had your breakfast?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so next we have Dr. Wong, who is an expert on the subjects of Japanese culture and communication studies. You might be wondering why we have a Japanese culture speaker on this webinar about blood. Well, you might not know this, or you might, but there is an interesting culture in Japan regarding blood type, and we'll talk about it more in a bit. So, Dr. Wong, how are you today?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to this webinar to
Yes.
sharing some of my insight about blood type from the cultural points of views. Okay, I will talk about it later.
Thank you so much for joining us today, both of you. Now that
Thank
we've got to know a bit more about our speakers, let's move on to the first topic, blood types. How many of us actually know our blood type, and what exactly makes our blood types different? Well, we have Dr. Gowri here to explain all about our blood. So, doctor, from a medical perspective, can you share with us more about blood and blood types?
So blood, what is blood? So most of us are aware that blood is a component in our body that carries all the nutrients to all part of our body. So it's just a moving mechanism. So in blood, we have antigens and antibody that actually determines our blood type. So I think I will share some slides so that you guys have better understanding regarding these blood types. So that's fine.
Oh, it seems we're having a little bit of lag.
Okay. Can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, so yes. So we'll share some slides regarding this. Okay. Can you guys see it?
Not yet.
Yes.
Okay. Can we view it now? Hi.
We can see it.
Can see it, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, let me just share about blood. So what is blood? So it's a constant circulating fluid providing the body with nutrition, oxygen, and waste removal. So we have composition of blood in where, if you can see, we have red cells, plasma, and Buffy coats, and called platelets and white cells. So what is your blood type? So your blood type is defined by proteins or molecules in your body. So there are antigen, antibodies that you inherit from your parents. So the most common blood groups, we have about 8 different combinations depending on your ABO grouping and rhesus factor. So yeah, so looking at this slide, you can see there is 4 main ABO blood group. There is group A, B, AB, and O. So if you see the surface of each red cells, you have antigens. These are the antigen that makes your blood group. So in your A red cells, you have A antigen. In your B red cells, you have B antigen. And in AB, you will have AB. And in O, you wouldn't have any blood antigen. So, and the next common group will be your rhesus blood group, in where you will know whether you are Rh positive or Rh negative. So in this, in your red red cell, there will be RH D antigen coating. So when there is a D antigen present, you are concluded as RH positive. And if there is absence of D antigen, you will be RH negative. In Malaysia, most of us are RH positive, which makes about more than 85% of our population. So this is the outline of it. So you can see if you are O, you will have no antigens. So and then there's B, and if it's a rhesus negative, you have such. So and also we will discuss very briefly about rare blood group. So there is these three most rare blood group in Malaysia and or worldwide actually, sorry. So there's rhesus now. So where they don't have any antigen in their blood red cells, and AB negative is one of the rarest of 8 basic blood group in the world, accounting less than 1% of world's population. And Bombay phenotype, they have lack of H antigen, which is a prevalence of 1 in 5 million population. So this is our prevalence in Malaysia. So you can see there is AB, and O with rhesus. So the most common blood group in Malaysia is definitely O positive, and the rarest actually AB negative. So why does blood type matter? Because this different type of blood mix, clotting can occur, and because of these some blood types, they have these antibodies to attack the other kind of blood, and this can be fatal. So incompatible blood transfusion may lead to death. So who can receive my blood? If you see, we always conclude that group O patient, people can receive blood from, can donate their blood to everyone, but they can only receive from group O. However, group AB, they can receive blood from everyone. So yeah, that's for my sharing for blood grouping.
Oh, okay, that's very interesting. I'd like to know more about the Bombay blood type, because the first time I saw about it was actually in an anime.
Yes. So recently I worked here in the blood bank for 3 years, and just I think about 2 weeks ago we had our first Bombay phenotype. It's a patient coming in for elective surgery. It's actually very rare in the sense of its origin from Bombay. That's when they first found the blood group, the blood type. So most of our blood group, like group A, B, AB, and O, we have H antigen that's making up our blood group. But in this Bombay phenotype, they don't have this H antigen. So when they don't have, they cannot receive blood from other blood groups. So it means this Bombay, people with Bombay phenotype can only receive from another person who is Bombay phenotype, which accounts 1 in 5 million, which is very, very rare lah.
Yeah, that's really rare. So in Malaysia, how many people are...
So right now in Malaysia, as for the population, it's very, I don't have a number because not everybody turns out to be a donor, so we don't know what's the exact number of Bombay phenotype. But as for donor right now, as of today in PDN, we only have 4 eligible donors who are Bombay donors. So we had our patient last week going in for surgery, and 2 of these Bombay donors have donated for her.
Okay, so we do have some in Malaysia.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of Indian descents here. So these donors are Indians as well. So somehow I think the ancestors and the family are from Bombay, so maybe.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense because Bombay blood type, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the viewers and audience, if you have any questions, you can just ask in the comment section of either our Facebook or YouTube, because when you ask, we will answer your questions here. Okay, now that we've heard about blood type from medical perspective, okay, let me ask again, how many of us actually know our blood type? Well, you might be surprised to know that in Japan, most people know their blood type because of this concept called blood type personality. So let's ask Dr. Wong here, our expert on Japanese culture, to explain a bit about this blood type personality fad in Japan. Like how did it started? Is it a new thing, and what exactly is it?
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, many of my Japanese friends don't know how this blood type personality fad started in Japan. But what I know is when I was in Japan doing my preparatory study at the International Students Institute, okay, before joining the university for the bachelor degree back in 1990s, okay. So in the Japanese language class, we were asked to read a comprehension text about blood type, okay. And then many of my classmates who are international students, okay, we didn't know about, they didn't know about their blood type, okay. So, however, this didn't shock the Japanese language teacher, okay. She said, well, I tell you, okay, almost 90% of the Japanese people know their blood types since they were small, okay. So why, we may ask, why is it so? Because knowing one's blood type means that you know the personality of that person, okay, and then it will be easy, okay, for you to communicate or find a related topic to talk to the person once you know his or her blood type, okay. It's a kind of strategy that can reduce, okay, can reduce stress between human relations, okay, and also a good topic to discuss with strangers, okay. That's why they are so so interested in it. Okay, to tell you, although until now, there is no scientific proof that there is a cause and effect relationship, okay, between a person's blood type and personality triad. But let me explain it further by giving you some example how the Japanese people think about the people with different blood type. Okay, for A blood, the person should be serious at work, okay, rule obeyer, value interpersonal relationship, usually pre-prepared before action, okay, and care about what other people thinks about that, okay. That is A blood. Okay, when we move to B blood type, okay, they are usually very cheerful, very optimistic, okay, value freedom, doing things according to my pace, not your pace, okay? And then sometimes can be impulsive, okay? And for the O blood type people, okay, they are usually generous, okay, with leadership competence, okay, energetic, strong self affirmation, okay, carefree, okay, sometimes can be aggressive also, okay, and seldom listen to others opinion. This is O type, okay. And then when you come to AB type, okay, as you know that just now when Dr. Gowri said, okay, actually it's very rare. It's only 10% of the population in Japan, and Malaysia we have 9.4, I think, something like that, okay. So A blood type people, they are calm, okay, they are sensibility rich, okay, think objectively, analytical, okay, full of curiosity, but sometimes unpredictable, okay, and quite a private person, doesn't like to share their private thing to others, okay, and talk about their personal matter. Okay, to make it simple to understand, maybe I give you one example which you can remember the characteristic of each blood type better. Okay, let me share my screen. Yeah. One moment, please.
You'll be showing us slides about.
I'm showing the PPT. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes. Can you make it bigger?
Make it bigger. Yeah. Wait one moment. Okay,
Yes.
Okay, can you see it?
Okay. Yes.
This one, yeah?
Or you need
Yeah.
to make it bigger.
Sorry?
You need to make it bigger.
Okay.
Fine, yes.
Make it bigger. Like this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is a example, yeah, an illustration about the 4 blood type of people. Okay. So a teacher puts a few gifts on the table and asks students one to 4 to pick up what they want. Okay. So what blood type do you think these students are? Okay. For the first one, I will take what I want first. Okay, you make a guess, later. Okay, you take what you want first. I'm fine with the others that left behind. Okay, if you take this, well, others. If I take this, okay, well, others want it too. Maybe I let other take first. Okay, and then the fourth one, I will take only the one that I want. If it's taken, I won't take any others. Okay, so make a guess. Number 1, what blood type is that?
Okay, so I think maybe the first one is what does Dr. Gowri think?
I think it's O2.
Okay.
You think it's O too? No other answers?
No.
It's actually B.
Oh.
It's actually
Okay. How about the second one?
You take what you want first.
I'm fine with the one that's left behind.
AB?
Yeah?
AB?
I go with A.
No.
No.
Oh, you all got it wrong.
Yeah.
So far we're not
Okay,
guessing.
which one do you think? Number 3.
I take this.
Okay, if we guess different,
AB.
Mm-hmm.
then I'll go with A. One of us is gonna get it.
Okay, I can say that this one is A because they
Alright.
care about other people think of them. Okay, so that one is Japanese people have the most blood type in A. So they are very cautious, they are very serious, and they think about other first rather than themselves. Okay, so this is a very typical Japanese blood type. Okay. And then this one, the last one, as you know, this one is AB. AB to them is very peculiar. Okay, so they will do things according to their what they want. Okay, but they won't hurt others. But they will sort of, okay, I have something about this one. I will think this one is my target, and I go all out for it. Okay, if something they are not that interested in it, okay, they may not care about it. That is what the AB type is. Okay, I hope you learned something from
Yes.
yeah, something is how should I say, which maybe I think we Malaysians don't know. I think in Malaysia,
You need to close the window because we can see everything that you're sharing. I think you should.
Okay, wait.
Stop sharing. Yeah.
I need to stop sharing. Yeah, 1 moment. Stop sharing. Is it okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. So I think how should I say, Malaysia or maybe in Taiwan or maybe but Korea. Okay, Korea and some part of China, they know about the blood type very clearly.
Yeah,
okay?
I've heard about this. Yeah, Korea also care about their blood type and personality.
Yeah, but we Malaysians, we don't. Okay, that's why when I was there, I was shocked about 90% of the people in Japan, they know. And then there are many book sales on blood type, okay, about how they analyze their blood, okay, and then what triad are there, and then what kind of things that you should, if you want to go for dating or something like that, you should take care of something. Okay, so this is a very interesting, what you call it, and a lot of books come out from the, you can see in the bookstore and also in ebooks.
Yeah, I've seen it a lot in animes too. About yes.
Because it's an interesting topic to talk to.
Yes, they
actually.
usually give like each character what blood type they are and like what their personality is like. And I think it's really interesting. Yeah. So just out of curiosity, Dr. Wong, Dr. Gowri, what are your blood types?
Oh, I'm AB.
Really, Dr. Gowri, I'm AB also.
Oh, okay. So our speakers want it, so we got it.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, okay. I myself am actually B.
Yeah.
Okay.
A very cheerful person. Okay, optimistic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, positive.
You have the vibe, Adeline.
No, eh?
Dr. Gowri, do you agree with some of the triad that are in AB?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's good.
I secretly do.
You secretly. Okay, yeah, because it's really interesting. What are the characteristics of AB blood again?
Okay, I can say that. Okay, they are calm. Okay, they are very analytical. They think objectively. Okay, and full of curiosity. In most of the things. Okay, but sometimes are very unpredictable. Okay, quite a private person. Okay, doesn't like to talk about personal matter. Something like that.
Okay. So I see this blood type personality concept. It's a lot like horoscopes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I think maybe I share some of the horoscope with you, talking about dating and talking about relationship. Like they have the
we'll be talking about it later.
Later, I show you later.
Okay. So we have to stay tuned for that because dating and blood type, really interesting. Okay, so we actually have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
From Nur Shafika.
Okay.
Said, I have a question. Is it true blood type O easy to get attacked by mosquito?
This I never heard in Japan before, but when I come back to Malaysia, it seems that people talking about if you are, it seems that you are, I do not know the blood type. There are certain people that who are, how should I say, they will attract, like me, myself, although I'm AB, I will attract a lot of a mosquito, although this one is O type. Okay, if I go back to my kampung, the what do you call it? The mosquito will come to me. I don't know why. But not go to my mother, not go to my sister. Very funny.
They like your blood more.
Maybe that kind of blood that in me, there is a kind of smell, maybe a kind of smell that the mosquito like. But I don't know about blood type. But it's about something that in your blood type, in your blood, that it has the smell that may attract mosquitoes.
Okay.
I don't know whether Dr. Gowri agree with me. No scientific
from her side.
Actually, I'm not so sure if it's for me, I don't think it specifies, but medically it doesn't have any substance or whatsoever. But if there's anything that mosquito has preference, then I wouldn't know.
Okay, so maybe some people are just more prone to getting mosquito bites.
Yes.
Research should
More
be done, I
sensitive.
think. If you want to prove it scientifically, or research.
Yeah, prove it scientifically. Which blood type attracts mosquitoes more? Yeah, next research. Okay, so we've heard a little bit about, these are the two topics for today that we'll mostly be talking about, which is blood from the medical perspective and also the blood type personality concept in Japan. It's actually time for a little break now. So everyone at home, you can grab a snack, stay tuned, and we'll be talking more about blood type personality, next in dating and blood donation. So see you after the break.
Hi guys! Apa beza antara UM dan UMCCed? Korang mesti dah tahu kan? UMCCed merupakan pusat tanggungjawab Universiti Malaya. Maksudnya, kami bawah tanggungjawab Universiti Malaya. Tapi, kami berotonomi sendiri. Ramai yang tanya, UMCCed ni swasta ke? Silap tu. Kami bukan swasta tau.
The traditional Malaysian plays, and I think there are some kinds of the unique games in Malaysia. So, looks like the newspaper model game and the balloon is what is it's put in the legs.
I could learn lots of things like Malaysian culture and their language and their, I don't know, I could make lots of friends, Malaysian friends.
The fashion show, I mean the DIY fashion show and the traditional games and the baju Melayu baju kurung session. So apparently the students are not from the same universities, they're from all around Korea apparently. And then they shared a lot about like what they did ever since they came to Malaysia and like their favorite thing about Malaysia, like and then they wanted to go to Pusat Sains Negara and all, and then apparently they are happy here and I made friends with them and they're nice.
With today's webinar, What Does Your Blood Say About You? Here with our special guests, Dr. Wong and Dr. Gowri. Just now during the break, you've seen the information for bachelor's degree program through the open channel. If you're looking to study something related to our topics today, Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery in Universiti Malaya, a very popular study program, do check out the Universiti Malaya Open Channel or Saluran Terbuka at www.umcced.edu.my. And if you're interested in pursuing your education in Japanese studies, you can take a look at Bachelor of Japanese Language and Linguistics. This program is offered both through open channel and remote learning, which means that you can do your bachelor's degree online. So for more information, you can go to the website. So just a reminder, the form for the certificate of attendance will be given out at the end of the webinar, and the form will only be available for a limited period of time, so be sure to stay until the end. Now, let's get back to our topics. Dr. Wong, we've heard about how blood type personality concept started in Japan, kinda. I've actually been curious because I've heard that this blood type personality concept is also I mean, we've already heard that it's also used in dating. So can you explain more about this very, very interesting
Okay,
dating?
maybe I share some of the website with you. Okay, wait for a while, yeah. Okay, can you see my web page?
Oh, yes.
Yes, yeah. Okay, it's all written in Japanese. Okay, but I will sort of translate for you. Okay, so you can I think you can see. Wait, let me go back. Okay, okay, you can see that means that today's fortune telling about your blood type according to blood type. Okay, so you have A, you have B, O, and AB. Okay, you choose one.
B.
Yeah, B, yeah. Okay, so when you click on it, okay, it will tell you today's your what you call it, your days of today, how fortunate you are. Okay, today you are a little bit, you are third place, means that you have first, second, third, fourth, isn't it? You are somewhere in the lower side part. Okay. Okay, maybe today is not very good day for you to go for a dating. Okay, but it seems that you are overworking today.
Oh.
Okay.
And then how's I said, and then you maybe you should take a rest. Okay, and then you would like to you are, although you are, how's I say, yeah, that is suggesting that today maybe you take a rest again and then don't think of anything and then to put yourself into stress. Okay, and then after that you said maybe you do something that relaxing. Okay, to go for to wash your car or to something that which relaxing. Okay, rather to go for dating. Okay, and then today is your lucky color. Yeah.
I see. Wow, interesting.
Okay. So your lucky color, okay, your lucky color is about the green. Okay, and also your lucky keywords will be change your shampoo.
Change what?
Change your shampoo. Shampoo that you use. It's interesting, isn't it? So means that we want you to relax. Okay.
And change my shampoo.
To change your shampoo to relax and maybe change to a shampoo that like lavender, that which is more relaxing.
It's more relaxing. Okay.
And then okay, when is come to your what do you call that, relationship?
Yeah.
He said yeah, maybe your partner that you're going to meet maybe today they are not really, what do you call that, not really in good mood also. So that's why advisable is not go for dating today.
I see. If I had dating plans today, I should cancel.
Maybe ask your partner to sort of how should I say, partner to go for a relax cafe, just
okay.
to something that you don't discuss about serious thing.
Okay.
Something like that. Okay, and then about your working fortune teller is today. Yeah, that's why. So means that yeah, you don't push too much in your working day today. Okay, so just listen to your colleague. Okay, so to make everything amicable, something like that. Okay, this is how for the B type. Okay.
This
So
is
you
why
can
it's at the third place. It's like go dating and take it easy.
yeah, something like that for today only. For today only, you can check for today.
Tomorrow you'll have to see it again.
Something like that.
Dr. Wong to like help me translate.
And then maybe I show you another one. Okay, can you see this one?
Oh yes.
Okay, this one is about the tarots. Okay, for today's date. Okay, if I go for date today, will I get a good result or something like that? Okay, there is card 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe Dr. Gowri, you would like to choose one, 1, 2, 3. Which one? One,
The
two.
rightmost?
The rightmost. This one, yeah.
Yes.
So let's go and we see.
This is like a reading.
You know the tarot, like the card tarots. Do you know that?
Yeah, tarot cards.
Okay, tarot card. Okay, wait. So today you have miracle. Okay.
Oh.
So wait. Wait. Means that today you the first person that you try to meet is how should I say, the person have heart for you. Okay, it's very naturally it will progress if you go for today. If you have something.
It's my husband though.
Yeah. Okay, and then today you wait, you call that, wait, today is a good day for you to improve your relationship. Okay. And then it's good to go for a dating, and then to improve your relationship in a great deal. Okay, because today is a good day for your partner. Okay, to listen to you. Okay, and then maybe you can ask something. Is miraculously he may agree with it.
I shall think about it today.
I need to talk to him. What do you expect, or what do you want? If I do this, is it okay? I have something to do with this one. What do you think about it? He will give you some insight about it. Means that today he is very positive.
All right. Nice to know this.
So you have a lot of how I said, this kind of website that you can just, okay, if let's say today you feel a very good mood that you want to go for dating, or you want to see somebody, okay, maybe you just go on to this kind of website and then ask for, they give you the suggestion of color, they give you the suggestion of keywords, okay, and also they give you some suggestion what types of dress that you should wear, or something like that, is it? So to make yourself feel.
Do you think we have this in English, or any websites like this in English that you are aware of?
That's why I try to find for it, but I didn't get it. That's why all is about in Japanese, you see.
It's their culture though.
Yeah, and then you see how interesting is that. You see their items, okay, can be so many, you see, until you see each item. Okay, this one, what happened to our relationship after this? Okay, when we met. Okay, and then you see, today, like this one, today, can I build a very good relationship with him? Is it possible? Or another thing is that, you see this one, is it okay? No, is it okay that I date with somebody who is younger than me? Will I be look attractive to him or something like that? Is it? So it's very interesting that you can just seek some advice, okay, from this kind of website, and then okay, I tell you something.
It's very useful if you want to go dating, but you're not sure.
That's why.
What to wear? Give me advice. Help you decide.
And then this one is about if let's say him maybe have another third party. Is it possible? Is he having some the means that other relationship? This one also you can ask, is it? So it's very interesting that if you have some what do you call it, some problem with your partner, or if you want to share something happy with your partner, so you can ask some, what do you call it, and then this one is very interesting. This one, if you want to how should I say, you want to confess that you like the person, is it okay? Is it okay to do it today, or something like that? Is it? And then or is it okay for me to marry this person that I'm seeing now. So this one also is it? So it's something that is interesting for you to get some advice from them.
Okay.
A lot of yeah, you see you and then may not another what kind of first impression that I will give to the person that I like. Okay. So it's talking about you yourself and your what do you call that, the image that you portray to the person.
We actually have a question from the audience.
Yeah.
But it's not about dating. It's asking for by Safwan Ibrahim. He asked, Sensei Dr. Wong, how about financial advice for B-blood?
Financial.
Yeah, financial advice.
Sorry, I don't think I come across with this financial. Usually will become like relationship, okay, and also yeah, your blood type and then your characteristic, okay, rather than financial advice. I have not come across about this one yet, okay, but maybe I can search later. Sorry for that.
Oh, it's okay, but it's really like, yeah, somebody should do financial advice, right?
Whether to invest or not invest.
Yeah, if we invest or not invest. Yeah, how much should we spend this month? Quite a lot. Yeah. Okay. So, else than that, we have some questions regarding dieting and blood type, but we'll be talking about this later on in the last topic, right?
Yeah.
Or about products that are made for certain blood types, and then also the diet, the very popular book "Eat Right for Your Blood Type."
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be talking more about that. To Navindran Satya Balan asking, is blood type dieting real or fake? And also to Mastura Zainal asking, betul ke kalau nak diet kena ikut jenis darah? So both of you can stay tuned and we'll actually talk about this after there's a break, and then we'll be talking about this after that. Okay. So there's actually another question from WM Ideal. Is it true a mother with the types O blood will have high possibility to get newborn with jaundice? Maybe to Dr. Gowri, maybe you can.
So, like I explained earlier, if you notice in O red cells, we don't have any antigens there. So what happens is when a mother of O positive, a mother of O blood, conceives a baby, the baby which is A or B, yes, it's very true that they have a high chances of getting jaundice. What happened here is when the baby's antigen transfers to the mother's blood, but the mother's antibody, O has antibody A and B, So when the mother's antibody transferred to the baby, so the baby either has antigen A or B or antigen AB. So all these things, it will cause hemolysis. Hemolysis is breakage of cells. And when this happens, the bilirubin, which is a marker for jaundice, it will rise, So yes, it is true that O blood mothers are higher risk of jaundice if they have a baby of A or B. But if the baby is O, then it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, okay. Okay, so WM Ideal if
yes. For his answer, that's yes.
Yeah, I hope that answered your question. Okay, so where were we? We've already talked about dating and blood type personality. So that was really interesting. So now let's move on to how so we've heard about how it influences a relationship with another person. So let's see how our blood can help another person by donating it. Personally, I actually haven't donated blood before. And yeah, that's okay, right? It's never too late to start. So in the spirit of World Blood Donors Day, Dr. Gowri, can you teach us like step by step on how to donate blood?
Okay, so I will go through with you guys in the form of slides so that you will have better vision about donating blood. And also, I would like to just emphasize in Malaysia, we are quite on the lower side of donors percentage. We only have about 2 to 2.5 of our population donating blood, contrary to, like Japan, Korea, this country that's very maju, they reach about 10 to 11% of their population as a blood donor. So I hope that by sharing this slide, you will have a rough idea on how does this blood donation takes place, and maybe you can pay attention to the criteria and see if you are eligible. Then maybe we can start donating. So I will share my slide right now. Okay, let's share it. Sorry. So I will share my screen. Okay. So here there is about blood donation. So what are common among these celebrities? If you can see, these are people's loved celebrities. So then they are blood donors. So if you can see, Cristiano Ronaldo loves donating blood. He actually advocates for blood donation. And there's Hrithik Roshan and Jackie Chan. So these celebrities do blood donation as a routine thing in their life, yeah. So why do we have to donate blood? So if you see, there is only 2% of Malaysians are blood donors. Only way to get blood is through blood donation. Actually, blood cannot be produced. Blood is a precious natural resource, and blood expires. So blood doesn't grow on trees. It's something God made. So I think it's a noble act if you can transfer this to a person who are in need. So facts on blood donation. So around 7 to 8% of an adult body weight is actually blood. Adult have about 8 to 12 pints. Pints here means, this one donation blood, one blood bag. So an adult has about 8 to 12 blood bags in their bodies. One blood bag is drawn during each blood donation. It can range from 350 to 450 mils. So, and 1 pint of blood can actually save 3 lives. So red blood cell, once it's in your body system, so it will be replaced in bone marrow in 8 to 12 weeks. And as for plasma, it's 24 hours after donation. So blood collection is usually, if you want to donate blood, it's done in a blood center. So like in Klang Valley, you have Pusat Darah Negara, you have UMCCed Malaya Medical Center. We have a center inside the hospital. And in the Klang side, we have Hospital Klang. So other than that, there is external donation site. So where you have like mobile blood drive, you walk to a mall, you see some blood donation campaign, and then you can participate there lah. So these are some pictures from blood drives and blood collection centers. So type of blood donation, we actually have two types of blood donation, which the most commonest is whole blood. So you withdraw the blood from you. It's a whole blood, like whatever you have in, we just remove the entire thing to fit our bag need, which is again 350 to 450 mils. And we have apheresis. Apheresis is you will be attached to a machine, so your blood will circulate and just take a component it needs. So there will be platelet and plasma. So whether it's a apheresis platelet donor or you can be a apheresis plasma donor. So these are usually for those who have done whole blood donation very, very frequently, and they are willing to commit the time for apheresis, like a component donation, then you can opt for apheresis donation. So let's go into the criteria to donate blood. So well and healthy is our primary concern here. Every donor has to be well and healthy. The age for donation is 18 to 60 years old. So donor age 17 are actually allowed to donate, but they have to provide a written consent from his or her parents or guardian. So the minimum weight of blood donation is 45 kg, and they have to above it. So each time you donate, you have to have a minimum 5 hours of sleep the night before. had a meal. So most of the time when people come for blood donation, they are in the understanding of, I'm going to donate blood, I have to fast. That is actually when you are checking your fasting blood. Like, you know, your regular medical checkup, yes, you have to fast. But for blood donation, we expect you to eat a very good meal. Like 2 pieces of biscuits wouldn't suffice. So you just need to eat a proper meal like nasi lemak, mihun, or rice and dishes. So they are not on any medication to treat their illness. For foreigners, they have to be in Malaysia for more than a year. And also they have a normal blood hemoglobin level. We take about 12.5 for women and 13.5 for men. Have a normal pulse rate, blood pressure, and temperature at time of donation. So who cannot donate blood? So you have to criteria in to, consideration prior donating blood. If you were had to have major or minor operation, surgery within the past 6 months, cupping, acupuncture, piercing, tattoo, beauty injection like Botox, or sometimes, you know, people tend to do this eyebrow embroidery. All this you need to have 6 months of grace period before you start donating. So you have to, if you lived in the UK or Europe for more than 6 months in this year of 1980 to 1996, you should not donate blood. This is because there were a mad cow disease outbreak, and this is so we avoid this period. A person who stay in this period to avoid donating blood, it's a national blood guideline rule lah. So for female, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, or on your menstrual period, day 1 to 3, you are not allowed to donate blood. And if you had any dental treatment within the last 24 hours, you are not allowed to donate blood. So we'll go to the next blood. So do not donate blood if this is actually a very highly emphasized among blood donors. If you ever had sex with somebody who is HIV or tested positive for HIV, same gender sex, MSM, or bisexual sexual habits, multiple sexual partner within the last 6 months, person receiving money or drugs for sex, whoever has hepatitis B or C, and anyone who has used needle to take drugs. So, and also if you are IV drugs, so needle, you take drugs via needle, and if you have hepatitis B, C, or HIV, you are not allowed to donate blood. So we have to understand that blood, there are diseases that will be transmitted by blood. So diseases like HIV, hepatitis B, C, syphilis, all these diseases are highly transmissible by blood and sexual. So what happens is when we want to donate blood, we will make sure we screen for the safety of our patient. So the first process that you will go through after donation will be screened for all these infections. So if you know that you have such infection or are engaged with any sexual activity of the things that we've listed here, so please do not donate blood. Okay, so let's go to blood donation process. So in average, if everything goes smoothly and everything, it will just take about 30 minutes of your time to donate blood. So you see, you just need 30 minutes of your day to save somebody else's life. So it should be at the top of consideration for you to be a regular donor now. So let's see what we do. First, we start filling up the form. It's about 5 minutes. You have to read the form. So next will be our lab technician. They will check your blood group. So if you pre-existingly have a donation card, we would not do that. So we have already determined your blood group. So we will check your hemoglobin level. So how do we check it is by finger pricking. So it's just like how you check your diabetes. You know, there's a small prick. It's a very tiny prick. You barely feel pain. It's just like some just tingling sensation on the tip of your finger. So to determine your hemoglobin level. Next will be registration. So for registration here, we need your identity card. So the original one. So if you are a Malaysian, bring your IC. If IC or driver's license. Or if you're a foreigner, you have to bring your passport. But if you are a regular donor, which you know you've been donating a few times, you will have your donor book or card. So you can bring that along. So then there's a very short session interview by doctor. We will review the form to see, like, like I told you in the form, there is everything all about the surgical, all the acupuncture, all the histories is there. You just have to tick yes or no, yes or no. So we will review the form. So once we review the form, we will know whether you are eligible. So if you're eligible, then we will get your vitals, your blood pressure, heart rate. If it's all within the normal range, then you are good for blood donation. So once we have reviewed, then you will go for the donation. In average, it takes about 8 to 10 minutes. If you have a good vein, you are healthy. So that is the maximum it takes. And then we will give you some refreshment post donation and you will observe for the next 10 minutes. So that's about the blood donation process. Okay, so let's talk about blood donation fear. I'm sure many of you have fear. Adeline, do you have fear for any of these?
I have fear of maybe feeling the blood go out of my body. Since COVID, since getting all the vaccines, I'm not scared of needles anymore. Because I keep getting vaccines, so I'm like not scared of the needle.
Yeah, I think most common reason for people not to donate blood is fear of needle. So let me go through now that when we are donating blood,
Mine
what will happen is
probably the fourth one, fear of losing your own blood.
okay. So some people are actually quite worried that when they donate, do they have sufficient blood for them? But yes, you do. So in the first place, we actually check your hemoglobin level. So which means if you have sufficient blood for you, that is when we will withdraw the blood. If you don't have sufficient hemoglobin level, then we wouldn't. So there is no need of fear of losing your own blood. Either way, your bone marrow will compensate and make more bloods then. So for fear of needle, okay. So if you see the image here, the needle looks so big, isn't it? So what we do, our nurses here, we will give a local anesthetic. So it's an LA done on your hand. So it's just a very small needle, tiny needle, unlike the blood donation needle, which is very big. So that will numb the area. So once it's numb, when the big needle go through, you wouldn't have pain. You should really try it. Memang the rasa sakit is so minimal in this. You will just have a sensation of something big going in. So for those who are worried of looking the blood going through or fear of blood, you can just turn your face away. You wouldn't know. In 8 minutes, you are done. So most of the time, the first time, they are very scared. So what you can do is you can bring a friend along. So somebody to motivate you, somebody who has donated blood. Or if music calms you, maybe you can get a earphone. You put some calming music for yourself. And maybe distracting yourself by watching videos of people who really needs it. Like children with cancer, children with thalassemia, they require blood transfusion day in and out. So if you see yourself, like, okay, what if I have a child and my child needs blood? Will I wait for somebody else to donate or I will donate? So you must have this sense of belong. Yeah, it's our social responsibility. So besides our child, when we can do for our family, there's somebody else's family need your blood. So when you emphasize this on yourself, you close your eyes, you think about it. So it will be possible for somebody to get out of these fears. So bringing a friend, music, or thinking the purpose, the ultimate purpose of blood donation is to save somebody else's life, somebody else's family, somebody else's children. So this is our ultimate goal. So we just hang in there, but whatever is, it's not going to happen. Nothing is going to happen to you. So you just have to determine and just move it up. So like this, if you see here, we have top 10 reasons why people don't give blood. So I'm scared of needles. You can read here that, it's just a tiny pinch. So eventually you will understand that the pain is not as much as you imagine. So I'm too busy. Yes, we are like working people, all the students, so cramped up school. But like I told you, takes about 30 minutes to donate, and for you to travel to your near donation center, maybe about an hour. So if you can make time, that will be great. So number three, if you see no one ever asked, here it's me asking you guys. Our hospital is always in need of blood, so please come and donate. So I already give blood this year. Okay, in average for an adult, you can actually give blood up to 4 times a year in the period of 3 monthly ones. Okay, for women, sometimes what happen is our iron storage in women is actually lower compared to men. So our ability to recuperate the blood donation might be a little slower. So you can distance out about 6 months once donation if you are afraid of losing blood. So number five, I'm afraid I will get sick. So okay, so now you have to understand that every donation done, it's all done in a very closely sterile method. The needle that we use is a new needle. It has been the blood bag. Everything will be done. So now another concern of people is during COVID. Oh, if I'm coming to donate blood, there will be many people. So am I vulnerable to get COVID during this donation process? Just like how you go out, if you can wear a protective mask, face mask, and you can do your hand hygiene. On our side, the donation side, we will clean our bed with alcohol wipes. We will ensure that the donors do not get cramped up in one session. We have our distances. So you don't have to worry about getting sick or getting COVID during donations. So number six, my blood isn't the right type. So everybody has their own blood grouping. So maybe yours is special. You never know. If you have not donated blood or you've not screened for blood, you may be Bombay phenotype. It's so special that we are in so need.
Yes, the very special Bombay phenotype. Yeah.
Yes. So I think you should start donating, and then you can see your blood grouping there. I don't have enough to spare. So this we've already discussed earlier. So we will make sure you have sufficient blood. That is when we will prick you for donation. I don't want to feel weak afterwards. Okay, this is quite common actually for some donors to experience lightheadedness. They feel a bit tired. So why you don't want to feel weak? So let's see. If you see our criteria, you have to eat proper meal before donation. This is because when you are donating blood, we are removing quite a good volume of blood. Blood carries oxygen. So if you don't eat, your body tend not to compensate on the loss, and that is when you will feel giddy, tired, etc. So having a good meal prior donation, a well rested day, so 5 hours of sleep, continuous sleep at night, and also keeping yourself well hydrated, this will actually avoid you from having this weak sensation after donating or feeling tired or exhausted. All right. So number nine, if you see, I'm too old and sick. So let's see. If you feel such, you're old or you are sick, it's not a problem for you to actually go to a donation center, fill the form up, and see the doctor. So the doctor can determine whether you are actually eligible for donation or you are not eligible. Sometimes, okay, I just give you an example. You may be 54 years old today. So you're 54 years old and you have high cholesterol in your body, just high cholesterol in your body, and you're taking this cholesterol medicine. So what you think is, oh, I'm above 50 and I have medical illness, I have high cholesterol, I'm on a medication. I don't think I can donate. So you wouldn't know until the doctor assess you. So having a high cholesterol on medication at the age of 54 is not indication for you not to donate. So the doctor can assess if you are fit for donation, maybe then you can donate. So we don't have to have any pre-assumption of that we are not eligible to donate. Yeah. So number 10, if you see, I have a rare blood type, so I'll wait until it's needed. So if you see, we have like this earlier we've discussed about this Bombay phenotype, right? So we have a process where we can store the blood for 10 years. This is done in Pusat Darah Negara because it's so precious. So sometimes some patient might just come bleeding all the way and their Bombay phenotype. So we can actually freeze the blood up to 10 years. These are like special cases, not for all blood grouping. For super rare bloods, we can do this. So that's about our
Mm.
my.
Just now, I like to ask. Just now, I saw one of the concerns was, what if they gain weight? Is it a legit concern or?
Mm, it doesn't actually. If you see the blood, okay. Now that I'm just explaining you the process again. So if you are donating blood, so we take about 300 to 450 mils out of your body. So when this goes out, how do you compensate? Is by drinking water. So it doesn't mean that post donation you will be so hungry you just need to keep it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. In our body mechanism, we call it physiology. It is irrelevant. So what happened? Like some people actually believe it helps in weight loss. Maybe three days. Yeah, yeah. So there are people that not scientific studies, but there are sayings that if you donate blood, you may lose about 500 to 600 calories. It's just like a a day activity. Like even if you're lying, sitting down on the couch and watching television, you burn more calories, right? So it's just the same concept. But whether it leads to weight loss or weight gain, I don't think you can blame it on blood donation.
Okay, that's their own
Yeah.
fault, probably. I did try to donate once, but I was on antibiotics at the time.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
what happened is when you take antibiotics, it's our understanding that you have something going on in your blood. There is some infection. So we would want you to complete your antibiotic course, and after 2 weeks, assuming that is the time that your blood is purely cleared from the infection, so that this clear blood, non-infected blood, can be donated and transfused to patient. Yeah.
Okay, I see. They didn't explain it this well. They just said, "Oh, you can," because you're on antibiotic. Oh, okay. So just out of curiosity, to Dr. Wong, actually, have you ever donated blood?
Yeah, I donated once when I was in how should I say it? When I was in my form 6 secondary school. Okay, and then I have a headache after that. I think because I have anemia. Is it like that, Dr. Gowri? When you don't, but they
So what
they
happened is okay. So when firstly, if you're allowed to donate blood, it means you are not anemic. So we screen it, right? So like I told you, if your hemoglobin is more than 12.5, that is when we allow you donate. So if you're anemic, then it won't be possible for you to donate blood. So this headache may be because your body, it doesn't compensate on the loss. So it can be various reasons. So like I told you, maybe at that day your hydration may not be sufficient. So you were not drinking enough water. Or maybe you had an exhausted day prior. So today when you try to donate blood on top of your existing exhaustion, so you are donating blood and your body is, it's find it very difficult to cope. So it translates into headache, giddiness, all these things. So other than that, in some people, if you see, even though they are very well rested, they are well, they had a proper meal, but at every donation they will have giddiness, fainting. So maybe it's just your body cannot cope to it. So for this kind of donors, I will advise them not to donate. Yeah.
How
So
about
you will only
Dr.
know
Gowri?
this when you donate blood. Yeah.
You see, for those who have, I heard that those who have thalassemia, it's not encouraged to donate blood, right?
Okay, so there is, if you speak about thalassemia, there's a few types. Okay, like thalassemia major. Thalassemia major are those who has they cannot produce a good quality of blood themselves. So what happened to these major people is they require transfusion from others in order to be able to have a good quality blood lah. So every monthly they will have what do you call this blood transfusion. So there is a thalassemia minor in where they are able to make the blood. So, but their level of blood making is not as good as a normal person. So for this kind of people, the blood ranges, the hemoglobin may be a bit lower from the others. But if your hemoglobin is okay, is above from 12.5, we will accept you for donation.
It's okay. No problem.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
It depends on the hemoglobin, yes. So they call it thalassemia carrier. So you are not entirely thalassemic. It's just one of your gene. We have two genes that will cause our expression. So when one of your gene is, you are just carrying the thalassemia gene, and if your hemoglobin is sufficient, then we will allow you to donate, yes.
I see. Okay. Sorry, another question I want to ask is about
Yes,
just
yes,
now
sure.
about the dental treatment. Dental treatment after, because I just went for the what do you call that, dental treatment, and then you said it's not advisable to donate blood. Why is it so? Yeah.
For first 24 hours.
It's because you expect
it's
that you got your.
it's the same concept. So when you go to a treatment or what, you have some bodily stress existing in you. So we want you to completely rest for 24 hours and then you can donate the blood.
I see. I thought it's because of the medical that we receive. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the hemoglobin test is the one where they prick a finger and put it on the paper, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
True.
So what exactly happens on the paper?
Okay, so what you do, if you can see, we will finger prick here. This is called capillary pricking. So when you prick here, we will use a pipette to absorb your blood. So the pipette will be, it's a small thing that it holds your blood. So the first thing that we do is we will drop one drop of the blood that we have finger prick from you in a solution called copper sulfate. So this copper sulfate is blue in color and it has the same ketumpatan as your darah. So it's the same density as your blood, which 12.5 gram. So when your blood drop actually sinks, it means that you have sufficient blood to donate. But if it's terapung, it doesn't sink, it means your blood is not, ketumpatan dia is lesser than 12.5. So you are not eligible to donate. So that is the first step. The one that Adeline told was the paper. The paper is we call tile method, in where we determine the blood group of a donor. So we will have an antisera A and B. There's two type of antiseras. So we will drop it on the paper and drop your blood. If there is a it's just an agglutination. Agglutination means like you can see like bintik on the paper. It means we will determine your blood group on that. So just say if there is an agglutination on A and B, both the antiserums, your blood group AB. If there's no any agglutination, because O doesn't have antigen, so it's blood group O. So we determine these two during the first session with the lab technician.
Oh, I see. That test just now was actually really simple. Yeah.
Testing blood group is actually very simple. You just need an antisera and you can determine your blood group, yes. But this is only for your blood group. While for rhesus, for RH grouping, for RH, whether it's a positive or negative, we will do it in our internal lab.
Okay.
We don't do it at donation site, yeah.
We actually have a question from our viewer now. Izwan Shah Hamdan. Kenapa setiap kali saya derma darah pasti akan pening sampai berpeluh? Buat saya trauma nak menderma.
Yes. This is what I've told lah. So what Izwan can do here is maybe for the next blood donation, if he's willing to try, he can bypass his trauma. So what he can do is you can drink sufficient water. So at in average about 3 liters a day, the day prior. Well rest that night. So you get about, our minimum requirement is 5 hours. So but for in cases that you think that you are boleh berpeluh dan you rasa macam sangat pening, you boleh tidur at least 5 to 8 hours last night, the night before. Cukup rest lah. You have to rest well the night before, and in the morning you have a good meal and you try to donate. Bring a friend with you. Kalau anda rasa anda ada setiap kali anda menderma darah, you are jenis berpeluh, cenderung kepada pengsan, you have to bring a friend, because we are just worried after the donation, while you are walking, you might have some giddiness or what. So when you have a friend, then it's safer for you. So you can try this and you can tell the doctor that who's going to see you, who's going to counsel you for donation, that doctor, previously I had such symptoms. I'm a bit worried to donate. Do you think I am eligible to donate today? So the doctor will ask you a few questions like what I suggested, what you ate, did you sleep sufficiently, or did you have an exhausted day? Contoh, baru semalam you hiked Mount Kinabalu and today you want to donate, so your body compensation will be less. So this kind of history the doctor will absorb from you. So if Izwan has well rested, had good food, the doctor wouldn't mind trying for blood donation, but we will try it in a smaller volume where we have a small bag called 350 mils bag. We will try with that, yeah. But if persistently, despite having good rest, good food, Izwan still is feeling unwell, a bit giddy, suka berpeluh lepas penerimaan darah, maybe then it's not suitable for you. Very, very rarely, because out of like 10 donors, we barely have one who have these fainting episodes. Very kurang lah. Okay, like in a big mobile, if we go about 100 donors, maybe I will have about 3-4 donors who are having some giddiness. So the percentage of it is low, but maybe you are one of them. So yeah.
I think having a friend there is really important. If you already know that you're prone to being dizzy when donating blood, because I've accompanied my friend who she already knew that she'll be dizzy after donating blood, and afterwards I took her to get drinks and eat. She was yeah. Oh, we have another question from Ruba Shini. Is it safe for a female who is trying to conceive to donate blood?
Okay, so now we have to understand that in pregnancy, okay, so now this person is trying to conceive blood. So what happened is in pregnancy itself, your blood dilutes. So if just for an example, my hemoglobin in average is 13.5. In pregnancy, it can go up to 12, 11 because of the pregnancy process itself. It's not because of you lack of blood ke apa. Dia akan menjadi, we call it as a dilution process. So for female who is trying to conceive, it's advised not to donate blood because the iron storage in women is actually very low compared to men. So when you donate blood, your body has to make the blood back again, isn't it? So when you're trying to conceive your newborn fetus, so you don't know when you will be conceived. So we are trying. So just say it happened. So your baby, your fetus needs it more, needs the iron more than you giving it out from the blood donation. So it is safe to say that if you're trying to conceive, it's best not to donate blood. Meanwhile, lah.
Okay. So probably not now. You're trying to conceive, don't donate yet. Okay. So well, now that I have all this knowledge about donating blood, I'll definitely go on my next day off. So yeah, right now, we have another question. Yeah, let's take one more question before the break. From Yus Asma. Why G6PD cannot donate blood?
Okay. So if you see, G6PD is actually an enzyme deficiency in our body, so which translates in our red cells. So now when you are donating blood, we are donating blood to somebody. We actually, like I showed you a slide earlier, in our blood, there's a composition of red cells, plasma and platelets. So the most makes up of the red cell. So our G6PD enzyme sits in the red cells. So if you were to donate blood, in a way that the blood is maybe it can cause breakage in others. So memang kalau G6PD, your red cells that's carrying the G6PD enzyme protein, that cannot be used. So kalau we can allow you to donate, but we can use your platelet and plasma saja. We tak boleh guna the red cells for that very reason. But because of our need is more towards PEX cell, we platelet dengan plasma we use it quite less compared to in our blood components that we use most for transfusion is packed cell or red cell. So we will usually not take any people with G6PD deficiency to donate blood. It's one of our criteria as well.
I've actually never heard of G6PD. So why is it called G6PD actually?
Oh, it's actually an enzyme name. Just like you have a lot of enzyme, it's just a nama. Like I don't know, maybe a person who found it is named G6PD.
Okay.
It has a derivative of it. It has a long scientific name like glyco something, which I can't really remember as well.
For the public, it's G6PD.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we've already answered a lot of questions, and we'll be taking a little break now. And afterwards, we'll find out more about blood donation and some more about the blood type personality fed in Japan. You can take this time to get up, just the audience to get up and to us to stretch and get those blood flowing, and we'll see you in a bit.
Hai korang! Hari ni, Tina nak tanya korang, macam mana korang sebut perkataan ni? Sini ada beberapa jawapan. Jom kita tengok video ni.
Hai.
Hai.
Macam mana awak sebut ni?
UMCCed.
UMC. Hai. Macam mana awak sebut ni?
UMC.
UMCCed.
UMCCed.
UMCCed. UMCCed.
UMCCed. Oh, UMCCed.
Dia boleh jadi dua jawapan, UMCCed ataupun UMCCed.
UMCCed.
Macam mana nak sebut perkataan ni?
UMCCed.
UMCCed. UMCCed.
Betul lah tu.
UMCCed.
UMCCed.
UMCCed. Apa? UMCCed.
UMCCed.
Dah tengok kan? Macam jawapan yang korang bagi kan? Sebenarnya jawapan yang betul adalah UMCCed ataupun UMCCed. Jadi sebut betul-betul tau. Kalau tak nanti kena marah. Bye.
Hai, saya Abdul Hakim bin Azrai. Saya pelajar Diploma Pengurusan Sumber Manusia.
Hai, saya Sofia. Saya mengikuti kursus Diploma Pengurusan Perniagaan.
Nama saya Muhammad Amin bin Masfedin. Saya belajar di Universiti Malaya Center of Continuing Education. Saya mengambil jurusan Human Resource Management.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Nalisha Shazali binti Nazli. Pelajar pengurusan jurusan Business Management.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. Nama saya Muhammad Daniel. Saya Diploma Pengurusan Perniagaan. Saya amat bangga menjadi graduan Diploma Universiti Malaya, iaitu universiti nombor 1 dan juga terbaik di Malaysia. Dan pelbagai ilmu, pengetahuan dan juga pengalaman yang dicurahkan oleh pensyarah sepanjang 2 tahun pengajian memangnya amat saya hargai. To all the lecturers, you are very awesome and you are very marvelous.
Saya mengikuti program ini atas saranan ibu bapa kerana ianya diiktiraf JPA dan MQA. Program ini membuka peluang untuk saya melanjutkan pengajian ke peringkat sarjana muda khususnya di Universiti Malaya.
Sepanjang pengajian saya di UM, saya telah dapat menimba ilmu sebanyak mungkin dalam bidang yang saya minati. Pensyarah di sini adalah yang terbaik dan sentiasa memberi tunjuk ajar dan nasihat untuk memastikan para pelajar sentiasa fokus dan mendapat grade yang terbaik dalam kelas.
Melanjutkan pengajian di salah satu universiti terbaik di dunia adalah impian saya. Tempoh 2 tahun pengajian di UM banyak membantu saya untuk bersedia melanjutkan pengajian di peringkat sarjana muda di UM. Alhamdulillah, saya sudah andam lagi. UM always the best.
Saya sangat gembira dengan suasana pembelajaran serta kemudahan yang selesa sepanjang saya di Universiti Malaya. Saya aktif dalam kelas. Para pelajar untuk berpeluang untuk terlibat dalam mengajar pelbagai aktiviti sukan dan biadah sepanjang tahun. Kami enjoy. UM memang best.
we're back again in our webinar. What does your blood say about you? We've heard before the break about how to donate blood. Now let's take a closer look about what really happens to the donated blood. Okay, so Dr. Gowri, are you ready?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
how exactly does our blood help save lives?
Okay, so we have a lot of scenarios where these bloods are used. In most common setting is like when you have emergency blood loss, accident. You have the amount of loss is so much that your body will not be able to compensate. So you definitely need. Sometimes we can compensate it with drip, so it's just what fluids. It's a electrolyte fluid, so that wouldn't compensate the blood loss because the composition of the blood itself may require another blood to come in. So that's when it's life saving. So when you are in a major accident, bleeding away, so this lives comes in, that is life saving. So if in another scenario, when it's childbirth, so our uterus is at the most expanded contraction. So when it start losing blood, it can go to a very extreme level. So for these two scenarios, this blood loss is very extreme. So they can go up to 10 bags, 12 bags, depending on how your body is compensating. So this is why we say it's life saving. At that time, if there is no blood for this patient, they will not make it. So this is one of the highlights lah. Why is it life saving? Other than that, your blood is so important for patient with like a routine patient who require blood. Like patients with thalassemia, they cannot sustain a good hemoglobin, a good blood level, a safe blood level. So when it get a non-functional blood, so you transfuse them with a functioning blood, like from a healthy donors. So when you transfuse them, their body is able to cope with the disease. So they do it very routinely, monthly 2 or 3 units of blood go in them. And for blood malignancy patient, blood malignancy means blood cancer, like leukemia, all these blood cancers, what happened is blood is made in bone marrow. So they have a dysfunction bone marrow where the disease has take over the bone marrow and the production of these cells are very reduced. Or sometimes the chemotherapy that these patients are getting will suppress the bone marrow production. So they cannot produce their own cells. They cannot produce the red cells. They cannot produce the platelet. So this for this patient, we need a routine blood. So in a phrase, blood is life saving. That is why you need to donate blood. Yeah.
The ones
So
the ones that I usually hear about like is you should donate blood because accident victims really need blood. Yeah,
mm,
usually it's that one. Yeah, but we forget about
mm.
the people who routinely need blood.
Yes. There are a lot, especially now in UM. We have a very established hematological and oncology, both for adult and pediatric. So we have a ward that is only specified for those who has blood malignancy, and we have a daycare where we cater thalassemia patient and all. So these are the wards that have a very heavy usage of blood. So in our hospital per se in PPUM, we use about 50 bags a day. This is just us. So you imagine the population in Klang Valley, the amount of hospitals we have in Klang Valley, and how much of blood's needed a day. So
50 blood a day. 50 blood
yes,
pints of
50 blood bags a day. This is an average. So, but if you have an accident case that day, in my personal experience, I have encountered a patient who required 28 bags in order to make him sustain. This is during a massive accident where he had a hip fracture. So one of his biggest artery got cut, so he tend to bleed and bleed and bleed. So while the surgeon fixed the artery or the place of accident, the bleeding goes on going. So how we want to make them survive is when you transfuse in blood, it goes out, but it is in a process of repair. So you have to provide the blood until they repair the circumstances and then the blood sustains.
Okay. So usually one person when we donate, it's only 1 pint of blood, right?
Yes,
What
yes. So
is
that is a safe level. So that is a safe level for an adult to lose blood. So if you lose more, then you may need transfusion.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's a calculated safe level of blood lah, blood loss.
Okay. So, is there any other aspect that we don't know about how blood is used, about how the blood that we donate is used?
Yeah. Okay.
Then
So
do?
mainly when you donate blood, your blood will be processed in our lab. So we will have a few components. So like you will have packed cell. Packed cell is your red cell, and you have platelet and plasma. So the circumstances may differ of usage. So like just the example that I gave you earlier was for the red cell, packed cell, yeah. So now when you have patients with dengue fever, that we always know that dengue fever, your platelet reduces. So your
Yeah.
platelet reduces to an extent that some you have a persistent bleeding. So in most patient with a dengue fever and bleeding, you can anticipate a platelet less than 10. So then we will give them the platelet transfusion. So they are in need of the platelet transfusion. So that platelet aggregates the area of bleeding. So you have an area here bleeds. This is your
Yeah.
area of bleeding. So your platelet moves in this area and he clumps it. So we need to give this blood component to the patient so that the bleeding stops lah. So you will increase the platelet, you increase the aggregating factor, and the bleeding would stop. So if you see another circumstances of blood usage, we call it plasma. So in some patient with autoimmune diseases, they have a plasma that carries a autoantibody that they cause a destruction in their body. So it destruct the normal cells. What we can do with our plasma is we can take out their disrupted plasma with the antibodies, and we exchange with a healthy person's plasma. So that helps them to improve from their existing disease.
What disease usually destructs their plasma?
So when you have autoimmune diseases, it means that it's called autoimmune disease. Like for example, I'm not sure if you guys heard it. It's SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus. So SLE, yeah. Sometimes you have a very very rare diseases of autoimmune. So this kind of autoimmune, your body cells, your plasma produces we call it autoantibodies that may cause this it will breakage of the cells. So breakage of the cell leading to a severity of the disease. So when you exchange, you remove this plasma that these patients have with a proper plasma, with a healthy plasma that doesn't have these autoantibodies or against any diseases. So this patient will improve clinically, so by their symptoms and all.
I see. So it's really important for us to donate blood. There's really so many people that we can help.
Yes. So we always like to say 1 pint saves 3 lives, because you can give your red cell to somebody, you can give your packed cell to your platelet to somebody, and your plasma to somebody. So that's 3 lives you are saving.
I see. So yes, everybody should try to donate blood.
Yes.
Okay. So now donating blood is really important, and we've already heard about all the reasons that we should donate blood. So next time you feel like you want to donate blood, you can go to the nearest blood bank or blood donation center, right?
Okay, I will just explain shortly on what happens to your blood after the donation. So I will refer to a very short, brief slide. You can see it here. Let me just share the slide. Okay. Okay, can you see the slides?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens to our donated blood? So if you see, this is our donated blood journey. So 1 pint of blood is taken, and the testing tubes. Okay. Our bloods, one of our fundamental need of blood donation is to ensure that the patient have the safe blood. So we will take a bag of blood and a few sample tube. This is to check whether you have any blood infective diseases. So then we will go into the second step where your blood is processed into components. Each component is packaged as a unit. So like your bag will be transformed into 3 smaller bags where it has red cell, platelet, and plasma in a separate unit. And then you have testing. So the sample tubes earlier that we take during the donation, we will test it for infective disease. In Malaysia, we screen for HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C. Hepatitis is usually liver disease that can be transmitted by blood, and syphilis. So we will screen for all these diseases as our third step. And blood storage. So if you see, we will store the blood depending on the blood bag used. Okay, like you just imagine if I take your blood out, it will clot. It will definitely clot sitting in a room temperature. So in our blood bag, we have preservative that makes the blood not to clot. So each of these preservative, we have a few types of preservative. They determine the expiry of the bag. So example, there is this preservative called CPDA. So you have an expiry of 30 plus days for that. Then there's a preservative called SAGM, SAGM. This is a different preservative. You can go up to 42 days with this preservative. So these are the blood bag content. So in average, you can keep the blood for 30 to 40 days. So that is for blood. And blood issuing will be the next. So once you store the blood, when the doctor needs the blood is actually cross-match. Cross-match means it is tested with the patient's plasma. The patient, okay, now you have a sample from the patient, you have a sample from the blood bag. It is both tested in a plate, and then you see whether there is an agglutination or if there is no. So usually we have to ensure the blood that from the bag is safe for the patient. That is when we identify the patient and transfuse as a last step. So these are the things that I told. I think like I told you earlier, for red blood cell, you have many usage like anemia, thalassemia, cancer, kidney diseases. So kidney diseases, if you guys are aware, for patient with end-stage renal failure, kidney diseases that requiring dialysis, they have a very low production of red cells. These people require blood transfusion on and off as well. So blood loss during accident, surgery, childbirth, or any internal bleeding. So for platelets, for dengue viral infection, cancer, or liver failure, or any chemotherapy drugs that suppresses the platelet count. And for plasma, so like I told you, there's an exchange plasma for autoimmune diseases, liver diseases, all these cases. And this is an average of our red cell storage, 30 to 40 days for red cell. Platelets only viable for 5 days, and plasma you can keep up to a year. So yeah. So benefits of donating blood, stimulate blood marrow to produce new cell, free health check, free hepatitis B vaccination, free inpatient stay and treatment. Yes, you get all of them, but the most important is to save lives.
Yes.
Yeah, so patients are counting on you now, so you have to donate your blood.
Let me know. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Gowri, for sharing with us how important it is to donate blood.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's move on to our last topic. We're going back to Japan's blood type personality. I've noticed that not only is this blood type personality concept used in terms of like socialization and dating, but it's also present in the marketing aspect in Japan. And I've seen like blood type bath salts. Yeah, bath salts according to your blood type, and also blood type chocolates. And I thought like, wow, that's a fun little marketing tactic. And most interestingly, like we've already had questions about it, is the book on diet according to blood type called Eat Right for Your Type. So, Dr. Wong, if you don't mind, can you tell us more about these products and also this diet?
Actually, this Eat Right for Your Types is not from Japan, but it's from America, US. Okay, let me share you the screen so that you get a little bit information from the books. Yeah. One moment. Okay, can you see my slide?
It's loading. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there is a book. Okay, this is the book. Okay, says "Eat Right for Your Type." Is by this Dr. Peter Adamo. Okay, he is a naturopathic physician, and he introduced this revolutionary new way of eating. Okay, means that because our blood type is a root map to our inner chemistry. Okay, means that if we have A, B, O, and A, B, isn't it? So we process food differently, okay? The food, and we handle stress also differently, and then we fight disease also differently. This according to his research. He's a doctor also, you see. And then to him, okay, his what do you call it? His research on this blood type diet is something like this. Okay, for the O blood, okay, so they should choose to have high protein food, okay, and also eat a lot of meat and veggie, fish, and also fruit, but maybe limits to grains and beans and legumes. Okay, I think maybe this one is for the high uric acid. Okay, and then for the air blood, okay, they should take more fruits, okay, vegetable, tofu, seafood, okay, turkey, and also whole grain, but avoid meat. And maybe it's good for A blood type to be a vegetarian. But of course, you can see there are some seafood here. Okay, it means that maybe you take if you are A, okay, you can take some seafood rather than the red meat. Okay, and then when you come to the B type, okay, this one is good. I think Adeline, is good for you because you can take diverse diets. Okay, include all the meats, fruits, seafood, daily grains, all that you can eat. Okay, for B.
Okay. No restrictions.
No restriction. Okay, for AB blood, okay. So actually we encourage, okay, should eat tofu, lamb, you see. Not for all the pork like that one, no. Okay, but lamb, okay. Fish, green, and fruits and vegetables. So actually I read this book before, and this doctor is suggesting that, okay, when we are aging, okay, we are advised not to take red meat, not to take a high protein food, or not to take the sweet thing or something like that, isn't it? But actually, this doctor said it's according to your blood type. Okay, for example, I have a friend, yeah, who wants to go for diet. Okay, he avoids all the meat. Okay, but he's still not healthy. Okay, not healthy, and not feeling good every day. Although he eats only vegetable, fruits, and other things, yeah, like the beans and greens. Okay, so when he reads this book, okay, this book, and he's all blood type. Okay, and then when he read this, and then actually he's supposed to take meat. Okay, not everything vegetables or fruits. Okay, when he start taking meat but not in a big volume, okay, he start to feel good with his body. Okay, because his blood type needs some high protein food, especially meat. So that's why we can say that if you really want to go for a diet, okay, if you really want to go for diet, maybe you should see. Okay, you see your blood type, to, like just what I say, or maybe you try to read that. It's all in the YouTube, and also they even have the books for this. Okay, so you have to eat according to your type. Like you want to go for diet, isn't it? If you are B blood type, I think you can eat a lot of things. Okay, but it's just that maybe in a small amount, not a big one. If you like to eat, you eat everything. No, okay. So the amounts that do counts, and also the type of foods that you take. Okay, like me, I want to gain weight rather than lose weight. Okay, that's why I try to eat more because I cannot eat all the red meat because a lot of high cholesterol and something like that. But I take a lot of fish. Okay, but also balance with the veggie and the fruits and all that. So there is something that as a guide for you. Okay, if you are blood type A, B, okay, or O, or something like that. I don't know. What do you think about Dr. Gowri about this? About the blood
Actually,
type?
I'm not so sure. I've not really explored about this. I'm thinking of reading the book now. I just want to see what aspect it covers. But it's good to know that actually somebody a doctor himself actually came up with the book. I'm sure they have done some research or based
Yes.
on their yes. So the the accuracy of it I wouldn't know because I don't have any personal experience, but it's good to know things like this exist, and I'm sure I would like to know more about it by reading the book. Yes.
Yeah. It's very interesting actually.
Yeah. So for sometimes maybe we don't feel ourselves if we try, like a friend of yours, Dr. Wong. So maybe it helped him. So maybe it can help others. So why not explore the possibilities? Yes.
Yeah. And for those who write needs, yeah, okay, if he is or she is a A type person, A blood type, so maybe can consider to reduce more red meats and more high protein because the blood type couldn't take that much of protein, I think.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So else than the diet. So what about the other products that there's in Japan, like the chocolate according to blood types?
Oh, that one I think is quite new to me actually, according to the blood type. Because when I was in Japan, actually I was in Japan quite long ago, from 1994 until 2004. I was 10 years there.
10 years.
Okay. I don't come across. I didn't come across like the diet chocolate and then the diet whatever product. Okay, but we come across this about blood type and characteristic and also personality. I think because Japan are very good in producing a lot of beverage and food and all that, yeah, to according to the demands of the population. You see, when something they must find some new ideas to promote their what do you call it? Their product. Okay, so we will come up with these blood type things. And also, you see, do you know that maybe I share some cultures things for you? Valentine's Day. Okay,
Yeah.
Valentine's Day where you give chocolate to your loved one or to somebody that you care, isn't it? But in Japan, is the day that you give chocolate to someone that you admire or to your boyfriend or to the boyfriend to be. Okay, and then when you come back after that, they said, okay, why is it only girls give to the boys? Okay, why is it only female give to the male? Okay, now they create another one. It's called White Day. White Day means that our Valentine Day is on the February 14, right? So they create another day. It's called White Day. Means that it's on the March of 14. Means that this is the day that the men who receive the chocolate from the ladies or the girls, okay, you're supposed to return, okay, to return the gift, okay, by giving them something which are more expensive, or it depends on how good you like the girl, how good you like the female, okay. It's something. It depends on what you return. Okay, it shows your kimochi. They say that. Okay, so to me, if we look from the business side perspective, okay, it means that they are creating another day to sell the chocolate or to sell the things rather than for the what the benefit of something like the relationship, you see. So it depends on how you see it, but they are very good in creating all kinds of days and types of the products that in order for them to sell. That is what I mean.
Okay, I've
So I
also
think
seen this one, this White Day, right?
yeah. When I came back, maybe it started yeah, it started from maybe 2005 and then until now. So they have a lot of variety of product, food and all that. Yeah. Very creative
Yeah,
in
very
producing
creative.
the
Yes,
food.
yes, yes. But it started in 2005. It's not that long ago, like for a salary.
Yeah, maybe after that. So that's why it's quite interesting in that. I didn't know about the blood type chocolate.
Yeah, I also found it on the internet. Okay. So, to our viewers, we've actually already sent the link for attendance. So, don't forget to fill up the form to get your certificate of attendance. So, there we have it. Our webinar, What Does Your Blood Say About You? And we managed to discuss a variety of interesting topics today relating to blood type and blood donation. And we seem to go back to romantic topics a lot too. Valentine's and dating. Okay. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank both our speakers, Dr. Wong and Dr. Gowri, for joining us today and sharing your valuable inputs. Do you have any last words to say?
Thank you, Dr. Gowri. I mean, I got quite a lot from you. It's about when to donate, and all that. I think it's a very good sharing about that, so that I may go for a blood
Blood
donation.
donation.
Because that I have my headache, so I wouldn't dare to donate anymore.
Mhm.
But now I'm considering to do once again. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
All
thank
right.
you for inviting me, Adeline, okay, to this webinar, which is fun. And then I try to search the, what do you call it, search the website about this blood type and all that, yeah.
And so, our viewers- okay. So, to
Alright.
our viewers who are traumatized with blood donation, I hope this has changed your mind to maybe attempt to donate blood again. And for those of you, if you've enjoyed today's webinar and would like to see more programs like this, please follow UMCCed or UMCCed Facebook and Instagram page. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks.
Thank you.